So my name's Autumn Simone. I came to Dr. Zaghi after doing a lot of research on sleep apnea doctors, sleep doctors, ENTs. I've had lifelong issues with breathing, with sleep, completely sort of degraded my quality of life for like 10 years. I couldn't breathe, I had chronic sinus infections, and eventually may have even done some neurological damage, how poor my sleep quality was and the quality of my breath. It interfered with my athletic ability. And it was a real big downer. I was depressed and anxious for almost a decade, from the time I was 10 or 11 years old. All these conditions were diagnosed and misdiagnosed. Tried all sorts of medication. I had lots of therapy, had lots of ENTs, work on my nose, work on my breathing. I slept with a mask, with a CPAP for over a year. I had my nose reconstructed once, about 18 months prior to coming to Dr. Zaghi's office, and it still, despite that surgery, did not feel very good. I was still sleeping with a mask. My sleep quality was still very poor, and I decided to take a risk and come to Dr. Zaghi, knowing that he had a very different approach than many of the other doctors I'd seen, and I figured I was in Los Angeles for a bit, so what the heck, I might as well check it out. And the way Dr. Zaghi addressed my problem, and the entire office as well, was much different than anything I've encountered in the dozens of doctors I've worked with. It was much more thorough, intentional. There was a clear outcome that wasn't just addressing the problem palliatively. It was about figuring out the real core cause of what's going on, and looking at holistically all the symptoms, all the issues I was running into, and trying to figure out the most long-term solution with the most posterity, and I was all for it. So Dr. Zaghi reconstructed my nose completely. The original intention was to just fix a deviated septum, which is a procedure I had before, but to do it a little better. I gave Dr. Zaghi permission to try whatever he felt was right and would most positively affect my quality of life. I woke up from the surgery a bit later than we had intended, and Dr. Zaghi had completely reconstructed my nose. Nobody notices. It looks good, I think, and I'm not sleeping with a mask. I can breathe through my nose really for the first time ever, which is a bizarre sensation. I'm generally a happier person, I think, and I'm super inspired and grateful, and want to tell anybody who runs into similar issues to definitely come to the Breathe Institute and talk to Dr. Zaghi.